like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be out right at the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here we go. Cousins now. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Cousins. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st. Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. Cousins again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
After the sack on first down, Cousins, he'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. On play action, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Now the tackle that time by James Lynch. Now this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. And his throw here's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
But what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA's. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to that. And now it's blocked. And the Vikings have got it. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40, the 20. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. Boy, at this point, I don't know what's going on down there. You got guys running one way on the pick 6 now, running the other way to return the blocked extra point.
It's almost like that guy went this way, but the other guy went that way. And guess what? Both of them scored points.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Winston to give, it's Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And a The Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Here's Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Winston on 3rd and 2. They'll get this out to Kamara. And some room to work. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
2nd and goal from the 1. Again, Kamara, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
From the 10, and he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Throwing, Cousins. Complete, Jefferson the target. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 1st and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
A 1st down throw for Cousins.
That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Vikings get a late score here, the final minute of the first half.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 4.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the second half with Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
The receiver factor of Ohio State turned out an NFL-ready deep threat this year in Olave, who New Orleans jumped up to get at number 11. The Saints learned last year they need another defense breaker in their receiver room to allow a little bit of space to throw underneath. Sub 4.4 speed and the history of turning deep routes into touchdowns made Chris Olave their guy, and he gets them the first down. And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll throw again. Winston. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Left side, Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
A 10th carry for Kamara.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Out of his end zone, Winston. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Now it's Peterson. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
3rd and goal for Cousins.
This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson from 8 yards out. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Cousins will try and throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Now, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on, and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They go play action. Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To the air again with Winston. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Now Winston. That's Olave bringing in another one. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. Give them 11 yards and time and a new set of downs. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. On third down, here's Kamara. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Saints are set up now with a 1st and goal. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Winston to throw. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Ready?
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Cousins here to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Off the play fake, Winston. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, somebody lit a fire.